Yo, what's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you about social media uh, and why it lowers your self esteem. So, as many of us have experienced before, scrolling through Instagram, looking at other people's lives, right? Now, what does this do for us, right? What does that do for us, right? I'm gonna cover two things here. I'm gonna cover looking at other people's posts and then you posting your own stuff, right? So when you go on and you look at someone else's post, right? You start to, if you see them having a good time or whatever, uh, they're with their girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, and let's say you don't have a girlfriend or boyfriend, or let's say they were friends, and you're like, oh man, I wish I had friends, right? This is the case with a lot of us. We'll go on there and we'll look at this and we'll be like, shit, man, I fuck. What's wrong with me? Why don't I have the type of life that they live, right? Why am I not experiencing what they're experiencing, right? And then so what this does is it makes us feel empty inside. I know it because when I do it, when I you know, I haven't been on social media uh like how I used to in probably 6 months, right? Because when I used to do that and scroll through and see all these people having fun, doing this, looking at people's Snapchat stories, drinking, doing whatever, having a good time, hanging out with chicks, right? I just sit there and kind of feel shameful about myself. Like, man, what's wrong with me, right? Why the hell can I not be living like? Why am I not living like these guys, right? And you have to realize that the reason why you're not like them is because you're not here. You're not here to be like everyone else, right? So when you find yourself doing that, looking at other people's posts and feeling empty and feeling like your life is worthless and that you don't matter and that other people don't like you because they're not inviting you to these social events, just remember that, you know, you're here to fulfill a purpose way bigger than, what their life path entails, right? Because I'm telling you right now, these people that you see on Instagram that you follow that are in your high school and that are at your college or whatever, these people are the exact people that are going to be 30, 40, 50 years old working a job they hate, and they're going to be at that same job for the rest of their lives. They're going to be, again, this is not the case for all of them, but I'm just saying for the majority, right? This is the case. They're going to be wage slaves. They're going to have no purpose. And think about it. Think about how pathetic this is, right? These are the same people that you look up to. These are the same people that you want to be like. Think about how petty and like just stupid that is. Why would you want to be like someone who's going to be like just some random person in, you know, when they're in their, you know, prime time adulthood? Why would you want to be like that, right? Start looking up to people that are inspiring you. Stop fucking trying to be like all these people that are, at your college, at your high school. That's what most people don't like understand. That's what most people, they don't get it. Did that the you know, the 4 years you're in high school, the 4 years you're in college, well, these people aren't going to matter in 10 years, in 20 years. So why are you investing so much of your time and energy into viewing their stuff, into trying to compete with them with, likes and all that? It's so petty because you know that deep down you know that what you're doing right now, scrolling through Instagram, is not empowering you. So that lowers your self-esteem. That makes you feel worthless. Makes you feel like you're inadequate. And that's a terrible place to be. A terrible feeling to have. So that's the side of social media that lowers your self-esteem, and both sides do. But I'm gonna move on to the next. So a lot of people get discouraged when they don't get the amount of likes that they expected to get. The whatever they do, whatever they post, right? The I used to do this too. I'd post something, and then you guys may be able to relate to this. I'd post something, and then 10 minutes later, I'm checking back. Who liked my shit? Who did how many likes did I get? Did I get more than did I get more likes in the last post? Right? And this is another way in which you trap yourself, because now there's a good chance you may not get the amount of likes that you intended to get. So what does that result in? You're gonna feel like you're not good enough. You're gonna feel like, why didn't these people like my post? Do they not like me? And that's what you think. You think that the people that didn't like your post don't actually like you. And isn't that something to think about, right? So this whole social media thing is part of the social game that humans play, right? And you can choose, right? You can choose to be a part of it, or you can choose to completely drop out of it. And that's what I did. And that's how I'm living right now, and it's great because I don't compare myself to other people anymore. I don't. I may look at someone uh, and admire them, right? I might look at someone who's in the gym or something, who's big and muscular, and be like, damn, But I'm not like competing with him. I'm not like comparing myself, self sabotaging myself because I'm not as big as him or whatever, right? Uh, so social media really fucks with your self esteem, fucks with your confidence too, right? Because then you go out into the world, right? You're talking to people or whatever, and you approach people with the mindset that they're somehow better than you, because that's what you see all over your feed, right? So from that place of like feeling inadequate and empty and worthless, you go out with that vibe, and people can sort of pick up on it, and they see that you don't love yourself, right? And they don't want to. Why would someone want to associate with someone who doesn't respect themselves or love themselves, right? So this whole thing, right? It's crazy, when you stop looking at other people's shit, right? When you stop seeking the approval from others, because that's what social media is, right? I'm sorry to tell it to you. I'm sorry to tell you, but that's what it is. It's you seeking approval by posting, yeah, by posting shit that you know, who cares, right? I remember I used to post pictures about just me, like not like a selfie, but just me like posing on a beach or something like that. And it's like, why? Why can't I just be there and fucking enjoy the weather and everything? Why do I have to post something? Hey, I was at the beach. Big, who cares? There was fucking 2,000 other people at the beach too. Not all of them are posting. You see how like petty and fucking weak this shit is, right? Now listen, I'm not saying that social media is bad in all cases. Some people post on there, and they post inspiring stuff. They post stuff that's gonna help people, right? Information, right? Like some of the bodybuilders post with like their meals and stuff, and they'll just pose their body in the mirror, right? And they'll put a caption, and they'll tell you what they did for workouts, and they'll share stuff that can help you. But for the main, average person, uh, most of us aren't posting, you know, stuff that's gonna help people. We're posting stuff to show off to the people that we want approval to. We want approval from, because we want to feel like, yeah, I'm cool too. Yeah, I remember this too, because I used to post, and I think to myself after I got a good on my legs, yeah, people like me. Yeah, I'm the shit, right? And I used to like feel all good. I got that, I got that dopamine release. And there's proof in the pudding right there that social media literally, I mean, I don't know anyone who posts, that's like not posting for the likes. right? Because everyone wants people to feel like, people want to feel like they're liked, right? And that's sort of a communal thing that's wired. I think that's what we're wired for. But again, when we're our self esteem is at the stake here, it's not worth it. So for all you guys who are, you know, on the journey of slowly, you know, it's dude, it took me. I've been trying to get rid of social media ever since like 2016. Yeah, and I've you know, it's been 4 years, and I've finally got to the point where I'm just done. YouTube is the only social media that I consume, that I use, because on YouTube I don't, you know, think about it, right? YouTube people post, they can't post pictures. I mean, they can, but most of the stuff people post on YouTube, right? If you're on the, of course, if you're, you know, into self improvement and stuff like that, is stuff that's actually like gonna benefit. It's gonna help you. So YouTube isn't really like, you know, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, right? Twitter might be the worst because I mean they're all, you know, not ideal, but Twitter is just like, you know, people are you know, reposting these memes and shit, and just tweeting all this fucking emo stuff, and it's like, man, get the fuck out of here. No one wants to hear you, you know, ramble about shit that no one cares about. Right? Like people are, you know, people are tweeting about what they did today, or this and that, or and it's like, yo, you did what most people do. You went to work, you know, maybe something weird happened, but why do you have to share that with everyone? Who cares? Share something that's gonna freaking help people, man. That's what we need. We don't need people posting for fucking self approval and for applaud from others. It's just fucking selfish, pathetic, weak. It's weak. That's what it is. You're showing weakness when you do this sort of stuff. It's a beta move for guys, right? Let the chicks post. Let the chicks, you know, rack up all those likes and shit. If you're a man, though, get away from that shit. Focus on you. You don't need to be fucking. It's such a, like, man, social media is such a beta fucking community of people for the most part, right? You know, younger people. There's some people on there, again, like I said, there's some people on there that are posting good stuff. For the most part, it's just, again, what you're wasting your time. You're giving all your attention to these other people when you could literally take that energy and invest it in learning about stuff about yourself, reading, working out, uh, just doing shit that's gonna help you, not fucking wasting your time lowering your self esteem. No one cares. uh, yeah, so if you're on that journey of eliminating, not eliminating, but, you know, slowly weaning yourself off these apps, good for you. Uh, you know, better late than never, but, you know, you should really try to eliminate it completely, I think. You know, unless you're using it for, you know, marketing or whatever, right? Like I may, you know, down the road, a few years, I may get back on Instagram or whatever, depending on, you know, how big it gets, right? Because, you know, I know that the next generation, right? These kids are all gonna have Instagram, so they're gonna wanna, uh, you know, buy stuff from people and things like that. So I might have to get on there, but I'm gonna get on there from a place of detachment, and I'm not gonna get on there and just be on it how I used to, you know, I'm not gonna go on there and scroll through like I used to, right? I'm gonna go on there and it's gonna be strictly for, you know, business purposes or motivation, inspiration, shit like that. That's all I have time for, right? Uh, and sort of comparing this to like a video game addiction, right? You just outgrow this stuff, right? Because I actually have a console right now. I mentioned this in one of my other videos. I have an Xbox right now, but I don't play it as much because I've just outgrown it. Like I've just outgrown it. I see it from a different lens now. through a different lens, right? It's just I can't take it as seriously as I used to. And in the same way, you know, when I get back on Instagram or whatever it may be, I'm not gonna use it how I used to. I'm gonna use it in a different way, in a productive way that's helping me and it's helping others, right? So yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, please make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to get notified when I upload. If you have any questions, video recommendations, or whatever, leave them down below and I will do my best to respond. And as always, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.